Welcome back to the DD Performance Research MR2 Squared project. This is the evening of the 38th day of the project. It's Thursday evening, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit today's fabrication highlights for you. So as you can see, we're at the back of the car again for starters. We have our exhaust that we were talking about last time and showed you a little bit of an infancy. You can kind of get a better idea now of where we were going with it. You can see you've got the divergent exhaust. It comes out of the turbo right here. That's our exhaust cutout. So it's going to, when it goes through the cutout, it'll go down through that pipe, down to here, to that guy, and then we'll have a turnout from there and a tip right here. And then the other side of it is going to come through here, goes through that V-band, flex joint, cat, muffler, down to here, and then there'll be another tip right there. So you have two 3.5-inch tips right here at the back center of the car. So just gonna try to give you some walk around so you can get a perspective of how tightly everything's gonna wind up having to be packaged, which is the beauty of having to fit all this stuff into the back of an MR2. You don't have a lot of space to work with back in the back of these cars, and you have to make the most of what you have here. So you can see turbo, you can see our wastegates, and they're gonna have to come back up from here and recirc into there. And then we've got some new stuff going on up here. You can see intercooler is now fully welded. Got the reservoir on the front over there. You've got the intercooler itself. You've got the throttle body. Got the Wiggins connection at the throttle body. You have our fill cap for the radiator. That's where the radiator pressure cap will be for the cooling system. And then this is going to be the overflow bottle. We may wind up re-indexing this this fill right here. The fitment from that hose to that hose is not the best in the world, so we're gonna try a few things, and then worst case scenario, we may just re-weld that top plate. So that's where that is. On to the fuel system. So this is an off-car thing that we have going on right now. So we've got our intake plenum, lower plenum prototype there that we're using for fitment tests, and you can see we've got you know, our rails installed on our lower manifold. This is a inline pressure regulator. We were kind of hoping to use that because it's compact. It hides it, you know, up under the intake and everything. The downside we've encountered is that the adjustment is down there on the bottom. It's going to be almost impossible to adjust on the car. So we're probably going to go ahead and drop back, and we're going to go with one of our external radium regulators and mount that over in another more remote location where we can get to it. And then we'll have this guy in line. This is a fuel pulsation dampener, and that will be in line with our pressure gauge. So that's what's going on with the fuel system. And then in the front of the car, we have a cool little guy all wrapped up in plastic to keep the dust off of him here for the night. And the engine building doesn't actually happen in the fab room, but I brought it in here for the purposes of the video. So you can see we now have a mostly assembled short block. We do have our piston and rod assemblies completely balanced and blueprinted, and they have been installed in the sleeve short block. So that's coming along nicely. Hopefully tomorrow we will have a long block. So that's all in there, and the crank turns butter smooth, and really great fitment and everything on the piston. So looking really good on the block. So lots of good updates for the car today. Hope you all had a great day. Take care.